What's going on, fam? Hope you are doing fantastic out there. So today I have got a pair of freaking fantastic flippers for y'all from Kizer. And you notice I don't have anything here. It's because neither one of these came in boxes. So the first one, and I guess you guys have already seen on the thumbnail, but the first one we're going to look at is the Kizer Nice Guy. Now both of these are Azo designs. Which is awesome. He's a great dude. Gotten to meet him a couple times, gotten to hang out, talk to him, kind of pick his brain. He kind of picked my brain, which is exactly what he loves to do. So he loves to talk to, the community and figure out what we like. He's very smart about doing that. He wants to know how he can and should change his designs and things of that nature. So again, he's a really super cool guy to talk to. Very, very smart individual as well. But this is the 11th anniversary, the special edition Kizer that they gave out at the Kizer Meet at Blade Show. Just a really awesome gift from Kizer. But we're going to go straight on into this. So the reason we're doing this is because they do offer a aluminum scaled version of this knife. They offer this exact knife just without the engraving, the lasering on it. So everything else will remain the exact same on this knife. So again, we have aluminum. We have black aluminum scales. And then this one does have the anniversary etching in it from 2013 to 2024. T8 hardware. You've got a reversible pocket clip. You've got some lanyard love. And then again, it's got the Kizer dude here just repeated throughout. So really cool little design. It is not a inset pocket clip, but it is again reversible. You do have flat screws, typical Kizer pocket clip, deep carry, open pillar construction, flipper only. So not a ton of jimping on the flipper, not functional anyway. It is there, but it's not very functional. So that's one thing. If I had to, critique anything at all, it would be the jimping on the flippers. Kizer does not believe in putting functional jimping on flippers. Again, their flippers still work and everything is fine. It's just you slip off of these things so easy. I don't think any of the Kizers I own that have flippers, I don't think any of them, I'm sitting here, I've got one here, that's the Lieb. There's an older Lieb that's got no jimping on it. The other knife we're looking at, it's got jimping's not functional. See, is there anything else I've got here? I'm trying to think. No, that's it. But anyway, I digress. Really cool knife. Go ahead and take a look at the blade shape here. So you've got a really nice satin blade. You do have some forward jimping as well as jimping on the back. Nice drop point blade with a little bit of a swedge. There you have the special 11th anniversary badging there. Again, nothing on this side. Just that 11th anniversary. I think the regular knife might have some other branding on it. I'm not sure. The standard edition. This one does not even have the blade steel or anything on it. So the blade steel is Nitro V on the aluminum Nice Guy. So there you can see you've got a little bit of a finger choil. And with that, you do get a sharpening choil as well. So your plunge grind ends about right there. So you've got the rest of that to sharpen if you need be. Or if need be, I should say. Sharpening looks to be pretty symmetrical. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks pretty good there. Check that tip. Tip looks to be good. Check for straightness. That looks to be good. Yeah, everything looks good there. So let's go ahead and zoom back out. So this is one where you've got a really nice choke up spot here. Fits the hand really well. You can choke back, get behind that flipper if you need to. You do have a nice spot up here for forward jimping and everything. The jimping, it's functional. It's not amazing. It's nothing to write home about, but it is functional jimping. Really nice inset liner lock. You guys know how much I love inset liner locks. You've got really great access to that inset liner lock. Just really well done knife in general from Kizer. It's got a great action. Light blade, so it's a little bit of a kind of a shake shut action. but it really rockets out of there. It's got a really good detent. Just in general, a really, really nice knife. Not super crazy. Like I said, these guys are right around 60 bucks. 2.84 inch blade and 6.7 overall. I'll do the weight with the other knife as well, all at the same time. But in general, just a really cool knife. You know, Kizer does aluminum really well. Whatever finish they use on their aluminum is very tacky, so it gives you grip without being rough. It's kind of a strange feeling. But they have got several of their aluminum knives. The Cobalt 2, and then I've got the Button Lock Sheepdog Mini, that's aluminum, and then this one, and they all have that same kind of a weird textured aluminum. Again, I really like it. It gives you plenty of grip without being rough. So that is the Nice Guy. Again, 60 bucks. They have a bunch of different variants. They just released a new variant with D2 steel that's like $20-something. So if you really wanted an absolute budget banger Nice Guy, you can get that the D2 version right now for like 20 or 30 bucks on their like they're doing like an early bird sale or something like that right now, and then it'll go up a couple bucks, I'm sure. But yeah, great little knife. But if I'm honest, my absolute favorites, Azo design, hands down, this trumps the Drop Bear, this trumps the Nice Guy, this trumps the Lieb, this trumps everything that Azo has ever done, except for the one that he hasn't released yet. I can't remember the name of it, but he showed it off at Blade Show. Hawk, maybe? Something along those lines. Anyway, even that knife, this one is up there. This is the Mini Grouper. This thing is phenomenal. I'm gonna gush about this knife a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and warn you guys now. We're gonna go into the typical close-up view, but again, just be ready. I'm gonna be gushing about this knife. So really interesting G10. I actually thought it was carbon fiber at first, but you can see the layers here. What made me really think it was carbon fiber is you can see those layers, you can see everything, but I guess this is some sort of like maybe cross-cut G10. I'm not sure. It just says G10 on the website. But it is really cool, and it gives a very interesting texture to the G10. Again, just really, really interesting. There you can already see it is Nitro V steel as well. Kizer has been going to a lot of Nitro V here lately, which I'm all for. Nitro V is a great budget steel. You know, they keep on doing some great Nitro V and 154. You know, that's cool. There again, you have the flipper there again with the kind of non-functioning jimping. T8 hardware, lanyard hole. So this is a single screw construction. There you can see it does have two spacers though. You see it's a button lock, and I'm sure you probably already know, but this is a button actuated liner lock, which is really done really well because of how the flipper tab works. It's just this knife is done so well. Other side of the knife, we've got a clip. It is a reversible clip. Sorry, I'm getting carried away here. Flat screws, typical Kizer stuff there. Nothing crazy. Again, that same awesome G10 that we were talking about. Again, I just absolutely love how that looks. The blade is a leaf-shaped blade, almost shilling cutter-ish. It's really not though. It's close, but it's not. It's more just a leaf-shaped blade. I've heard some people draw comparisons to other shilling cutter blades, but it's a shilling cutter. It's a blade shape. It's not, you know, copying anything. So it just is. It's just a blade shape. But anyway. Really nice blade shape, leaf shape almost. You got the Kizer logo, typical stuff here, and then the Azo and Mini Grouper. Really nice set of thumb studs. Jimping on the back of the blade is very functional. It is very good. You do have pretty good sharpening tool. So your sharpening tool is about from right there on. Blade grind, as always, looks great. See, the tip is good. And is it straight? Yep, it is good there. So I'll go ahead and show you this here. So again, there is that top liner lock. So you push the button pushes the liner over. It's a, for lack of a better word, compression lock, button actuated compression lock. But what works really well with this is how that flipper, see if I can get it to, let's see, break out the old flashlight again. So how that flipper is cut out, there we go. So you can see it's got a lot of cutout there. So that flipper wraps around the button. And allows you to have that really nice button actuated liner lock, but still having a really good high position flipper. Which, again, design genius. Really great design. This is again, I'm going to gush about this knife a little bit, so just be prepared for that. Ergonomically, God, this thing is good. It just fits the hand wonderfully. It's the right size for my hands. It just fits my hand really well. You do have a kind of a trigger choke up point here. If you want it, jimping is done really, really well. The button lock is just money. The detent is money. I mean, it works for flipper. It works for reverse flick. If I can actually get my finger in there. Thumb stud is phenomenal. Like I said, the flipper works. Everything works on this thing. The detent seems to be tuned pretty much perfectly for everything. I don't think I've really been able to fail this knife. I'm going to see if I can do it. Ooh, almost failed it. There you can see a little bit more of the cutout there on the top of the blade. Yeah, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I can fail it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you can fail it if you try hard enough, but it's pretty difficult to fail. At least my version is. Your mileage may vary, but this thing is one of them knives that you don't want to sleep on. If you haven't picked one up, just go ahead and do it. They're $80. Nitro V3, just a little over 3-inch blade, just a little over 7.5 inches overall. Now they have started doing their HRC testing, or putting their HRC numbers and stuff on their website. So their Nitro V's anywhere between 60.5 and 61.5. So it's basically 61 plus or minus half. Really good numbers for Nitro V. Really nice that they're actually doing that now. They've kind of taken that into consideration and have started doing that. And yeah, fantastic knife. Just so a little backstory behind this knife. I had really wanted to pick one of these up, and I got to get my hands on one at Blade Show. And by the time I got done running around like chicken with my head cut off and, just trying to do everything else, I had went back by the booth, and both knives that I wanted to buy were gone. So they didn't have any more of these except for the display, and they didn't have any more of the Mystics except for the display. Yeah, I was sitting there. I was talking to Azo, and we were talking about his designs, and he asked me kind of, if my favorite had changed, because when we had talked the previous year at Blade Show, I had the LC200N drop bear, and I really, really enjoyed that knife. Talked to him in depth about that knife, and we ended up talking later on, and through Instagram messages and stuff, and helped him with naming some of his later releases, the Amicus, and I think two, maybe three more knives. Helped with naming on those, and Anyway, we were sitting there talking at Blade Show this year at the booth, and he asked me which one I like the best, and I told him I was like, his newest one. I want to say the Hawk is the name of it, of his prototype, kind of the newest prototype he had out there. But I said outside of that, I said the one that I'm the most impressed with was the grouper, the mini grouper, and we went and looked at it. And I was kind of talking to him about it, and I told him, I was like, I said, this is one that, when I get home, I said, this is one I'll be, putting in the cart and picking up. I said told him I was going to pick one up here, but they had sold out, and he handed this one to me, and he said thank you, and he said it's yours, and blown away at the fact that it's a gift from Ezo himself is mind-blowing. So this is, of course, as anything as a gift, but especially from the designer himself, is one that will stay in my collection forever and will be passed down to my kids, and it means the world to me. So Ezo, I'm sorry, I can never remember exactly how to pronounce your name. I don't remember if it's Ezo or Azo, but I really appreciate it. You don't know how much that meant to me. So I really was kind of blown away by that. I even asked him, he might have thought I was pretty crazy. I even asked him like 5 or 6 times in a row. I was like, really? So again, super awesome people there at Kizer. This knife, like I said, it is so good. I would really like to see them potentially do a premium version of this one, even though I don't think it's really needed, but I think I would like to see it anyway. Actually doing carbon on it, and LMAX or something of that nature. Honestly, maybe even doing flipper delete and just having it be thumb stud only would work as well. I mean, as good as the flipper is, it doesn't need it because the thumb studs are so good. Again, beautiful knife. This is probably in my top, not probably, this is in my top 10 2024 hands, and I don't care what else comes out the rest of the year. This is going to be in my top 10. Just for 2024 releases. And then you got the Nice Guy here, another great Ezo design. Can't go wrong with either one of them. If it was my choice between the two, obviously you guys know which one I'm going to pick. But again, you cannot go wrong with either one of these knives. I recommend you buy them both, honestly. Kizer's running sales constantly. Now, granted, neither one of these will be on those sales most likely because they are 2024 releases. But soon they may come up on sale. You never know. But even at their full price, they are fantastic knives. Don't sleep on them. But what I do want you to do is remember to be kind, be humble, be EDC. We'll catch you on the next one.